Music is on the planet for a reason. The brain does not develop something it doesn't need.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's our first time in Fort Lauderdale. We're Civilac. Hope everybody's feeling good. I am. Close to God for shit. Too much shit on my mind. Close to God for stressing. Haven't got a fucking night. Feeling myself. Making through the fucking day. When the eye let my work.
Whether you're going to play or just listen and want to be near music. Music is like oxygen. It is part of our DNA, no matter who you are and what you are. There isn't any country anywhere on this planet that doesn't have music of some kind. If it's nurtured, where your family listens to a lot of music and takes you to a lot of concerts, that will continue and grow, and you'll never be without. I mean, there is no such thing as not having an affinity for music.
Oh, music is my life. You're here in our home right here in the van. You know, I work every day focusing on new kinds of riffs, leads, anything. You know, we got everyone doing every aspect, graphic art, booking shows, touring. Like, music is our life right now, because we kind of tossed away all the rest of our cards and we put our whole hand in music on the table and we're playing the game.
Music needs to be in every home all the time. Even if parents don't know anything about music and the kid suddenly decides, I love playing the guitar, it needs to be encouraged, always.
They were very supportive of me playing instruments, and they got me started with playing piano. My mom asked me if I wanted to learn piano from the person that taught her piano. I was 5, I was in kindergarten. The first thing that I wanted to learn when I was a little kid was drums. And my uncle told me that you can learn drums, you can get really good at drums, but first you have to start with piano. And once you've mastered piano, then you can move on to guitar. And once you've mastered guitar, then you can move on to drums. So that's really weird, but okay. And so I started with piano when I was 5, and then at 14 I picked up the guitar, and actually never got around to drums, but and I definitely didn't master any of the instruments, but still, that's where I first learned to love music.
I first developed an interest when I would always listen to my father play guitar. He'd been playing for a while. I used to fall asleep to him playing guitar to me, and unfortunately he died when I was 9, and to maintain that connection, I decided to pick up guitar so I could play that guitar and maybe learn a couple of his songs and eventually write my own.
I think a relationship, a musical relationship with an instructor is a major contributor to how you see yourself in music.
Finding those little bit of encouragements from people that have had music a part of their life for so long. Jim at the Music Loft has definitely really kept me going, because he would always give me a free pack of strings when I didn't have the money, or let me borrow a music book when I didn't have it with me, and it was just always there to even just talk about music or talk about life and just kind of keep the passion alive when sometimes, you know, you get a little bit jaded about going down the same path.
True.
True.
I think attending live performances is the most important element of one's connection with music, because it's dramatic. When you watch somebody express, you're also getting emotionally involved with the expression, and it has a greater value in influencing your moods and feelings.
One of my favorite memories I've had is going to Farm Aid with my dad, and that was something I'd wanted to do since I was like 12, was go to Farm Aid. And Farm Aid is a benefit concert for like local farmers across the country, and they get a lot of huge acts to come. And it used to be just in the Midwest, but they actually brought it down to Raleigh last year, and that was the first time I got to go. And that was with my dad, and that was huge. That was just a great, awesome experience to share with him.
In Argentina, my mother had taken me to see a movie that left a lifelong impression on me. And it's called A Song to Remember. And it's the story of Frederick Chopin. And in the film, there's a lot of piano playing, which I later found out was Arthur Rubinstein backstage. But somehow it was who I was. And I don't know how to explain a 5-year-old understanding Chopin emotionally. And all I wanted was to play the piano.
When I turned, I think 9, I for the first time got to choose what I wanted to play. And my dad really liked this song by Five for Fighting. When I finally got to choose what I wanted to play, I decided I would play Superman for my dad. I think it was called Superman. And I even got up at the very beginning and said like this, I'm playing this for my dad. And of course he started bawling at the very beginning of it. It was awful. But anyway, just that was probably one of the first times in music I was like, I'm specifically, doing this for another person, and it was really awesome.
And I'll never forget when I went to hear Vladimir Ashkenazy perform a Beethoven sonata that I was also performing at the time. And it was so magnificent that I had to go backstage and tell him how wonderful he was. And I went backstage and I said, "Oh, that was just fantastic." And his response was, "Yes, wasn't Beethoven a genius?" Totally bypassing his own ego to point to the music, and the light went on. It's about the music, always. And that was a major influence on my own manner of performing. And that's what I try to give my students, which is, why do you like Mozart? What is it about Mozart? It's about Mozart. Yes, you're playing Mozart, there's a little of you in Mozart, but it's about Mozart.
Music, in addition to other kind of arts, was one of the best ways I could spend my time alone and just, reflect and just not have to talk all the time and just to be a kid being really passionate about something. I think that was the easiest way, but the main way I interacted with music as a kid.
It's a great outlet for the mind. You know, it really helps you develop yourself, you know, something that you can actually project your own reality into a world and maybe, you know, relate to somebody that you wouldn't have otherwise.
It definitely has a positive impact on how you see yourself. It changes your mood. It changes how you look at life. All of a sudden, you're in a different place. Anybody that is active in music leaves the activity feeling good.